What's up, you wild tigers? It's Hero episode number 31. You see, today's Hero episode is something so beautiful. I decided to do 2 heroes today that have been a very important part of my life for the last 20 years. I love them so much. These heroes are my parents, my mom and my dad. There's so much to say about our parents, especially mine. They do so much, and so much given to us, paid for us, sacrificed for us, and sometimes we never repay them back. We never repay them with the love they gave us, or the time they gave us, or the care they gave us. You see, sometimes they had dreams, they had wants, they had desires, they had goals, and they never achieved them because of the life that they decided to live. You know what's amazing? Is that they still did it. I think that's the toughest job in the world, is being a parent. It's not easy, especially when the kids get rebellious and they start thinking they know everything. You know, as 20 years old, I want to say I'm so naive, and I'm sorry for any time I thought I was smarter or knew more in my youth. And even at this age, there's sometimes when I go, yeah, I was probably not a good decision, or it wasn't the right thing to do. And I love them. I love them so much. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for being the best and for raising the most awesome kid in the world. I wouldn't be who I am without you guys, and I don't think you guys understand it sometimes. I am a product of your upbringing, of what you've brought me in this world. Psychologically, physically, mentally, all emotionally. And my mom's an amazing person. She explains to me stories about how she came from Peru, and her dad came first, my grandfather. He left his family to start a life here in America. Then my grandmother came, and then eventually, like a couple years later, they came and they did high school. And they would work, and they would put the money back into the house to pay for it. They supported the house. They did everything they could do to make sure that they had a home to live. They did everything. It was, she worked hard. She went there and did what she had to do. She loved learning and school, and she wanted to always be the best she could be. She eventually worked at a bank. Loved that job, but then she met my dad, and they got together, and then she had me, so she decided to be a stay-at-home mom and raise me. And that I'm very grateful for, because I was loved and cared for like you could not even imagine. I used to have my own basement back when I was little, and she would come watch me play video games and toys and play with me and watch me create. And I was always like, come watch me. And that's what I feel when I play video games on YouTube. I'm like, guys, come watch me. You gotta watch this. This is epic. We're about to do some cool stuff. So I love that. My father's my hero too, because he always tells me stories about how he fought people when he was younger, and he wouldn't always stand up against bullies and people that were mean or aggressive. He just would fight them. He hated people who picked on people. He was just going after it. He was amazing at baseball, so he could throw rock. One time he told me a story where he threw a rock at a kid's head and they started bleeding, and he was just like, you started the fight? And then they had to run. But my dad was never afraid of getting into physical confrontation. He didn't want to mess with my dad. And then he also gave up I think he dropped out of the end of high school because he had to help with the family. And then he went to college and killed it in college. And then he basically taught himself what he does now, which is he's vice president of Allstate. But he basically worked his ass off to kill it and provide the life that we live now, which I would say is amazing. I mean, it's awesome. I love my life. And now I work my ass off to enjoy the fruits of what I've always wanted to enjoy when I was little. But I'm thankful for them, because they still provide for me to this day. Not everything, but most of the things that I don't worry about at the moment. And I'm very grateful for that, because one day I won't have to, and I'm glad that they were there for that, and I'm glad they were there for the love and care that they give me, and I'm glad for the lessons they taught me, and you know, they're the bomb. we can all learn from our parents is that what I talked about last week was sacrifices. They all make sacrifice. Sometimes you have to learn, go out there and learn what it is to be a parent, to learn physically, mentally, physiologically. Because when you are raising a child, it's very, very, very important that you teach morals and values and ideals, and you make sure the kid is likable. You must like your child, because if you don't like them, then how will society like them? And then you have to sort out your mental problems, because it might be an attachment to your children one day. And the crazy thing with my family is we're crazy. We don't always get along, but when we do, we're like an unstoppable force. You don't want to mess with us. We're a crazy family. And I attribute that to the hardworking parents I have, to the parents who are kind of crazy in itself, because they do things outside the box sometimes. Smart people. I'm just a cultural pot of craziness. Got the Irish, the Italian, the Peruvian in me. I also love that about my parents. My dad doesn't speak much Spanish at all. Let's say 0.01% he does. And he married a Spanish girl, and he surrounds himself with Spanish people. And I know it's hard for him sometimes because he can't understand them, but he did it. My mom married a white guy so that I would fit in with the world, per se. Wasn't taught Spanish when I was younger. Mom regrets some things, but I don't think it's horrible. It's created this curiosity for Spanish, and it's created this curiosity for myself and culture, and I'm glad that she kept me safe, but also told me to be tough. I think, because there's a thing where if you're too safe, the kid won't grow up, and I was too shy and too scared, but she was always like, be tough, and you can't go past here, and it made me want to go past it, but I always listened, and then dangers of life I never wanted to do. She was like, be tough. So anytime I was in the adversity or fight or danger, I was always like, get after it. And it's weird because I never got into fight. I was literally the most feminine, most weak, most scared man, per se, like a child. Like, I never wanted to fight. I even had a high voice when I was little. But she always said, be tough. Tough. That's all I ever heard my whole life. Be tough. Use your noodle. Be smart. Freaking be great. She's always like, I gotta be, and she's like, it's not good enough. And I was like, well, damn. Well, all right. Like, gotta get better. Same with my dad. He was always like, what are you doing? Like, get your act together. Start doing stuff. And he'd play with me sports and stuff, and it was fun. We used to hang out. He would work out sometimes. We'd go running and biking. And P90X. He got me into P90X. Like, it's amazing because I look back at my childhood, and sometimes I go, oh wow, like I did nothing. Right? That's not true at all. I was planting the seed, and now I'm reaping the benefits. I'm a very safe child. I have no health problems. I don't do any drugs or alcohol or get myself into bad situations. I'm financially secure. Financial security. I'm secure. I'm on my path to learn. I have opportunities to learn a lot. Like, they've given me the greatest life I could ever ask for. And I don't ask for much. I don't ask for anything, to be honest. I don't accept, like, as the day I turn 18, they no longer need to provide for me. And they still do. And I really appreciate it, because I remember back when I was 18, I was like, dang, this is it. I have to make it on my own. And that's when I was starting to want to become an entrepreneur. And I was like, I had no idea what to do. I had no idea. I was lost and confused. Then I got my first job, and then started doing things. Still had no idea what the hell I was doing. And even for the next couple months, I was like, I kind of knew what I was doing. Maybe. But then I figured it out. So now we're on that path. But I wouldn't be on that path. I wouldn't be who I am without the lessons, the morals, the values, the teachings they taught me, the care they gave me, the security they provided for me, and the toughness they instilled in me. My father was a man. He's got a very temper sometimes. Angry and crazy, but a funny guy. Hey, man. I am who I am because of them, and I love it. I love them. Thank Thank you guys. Thank you for being my heroes. I'm so grateful. Done.